Well, first of all, we have to rephrase that a little bit. Because it's not being said that they're the only persons who experience love and separation. That's not what is said. What is said is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami introduces a particular sloka. And he says, this sloka I am about to say is the supreme sloka of rasa kavya, means of rasa poetry. Right? And he says, it originally came from Radharani herself, but was expressed by Madhavendra Puri at the time of his passing from this world. Right. And there he says, Mahaprabhu relished that. What is the tasting matter of that sloka? So that means Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, just before he left the world, he gives vent to this sloka. And it's relished by Mahaprabhu. And interestingly, it's in that chapter after Mahaprabhu takes sannyas in the Chor Gopinath chapter. It comes at the end, because we'll take it as a little bit of an indicator. Remember, the Kir Chor Gopinath pastime, one thing that's interesting to note is when Mahaprabhu is in great eagerness taking that kir, tasting it. Remember, he's already tasted it as Krishna, ostensibly. So what's the difference? There's a difference. The difference is Krishna is offered bhog. Krishna relishes the bhog and it becomes prasad. When Mahaprabhu takes the kir of Gopinath, he's, as a devotee, he's relishing prasadam. There's a different taste to that. And what we're being told in the pastimes of Mahaprabhu is that the taste that comes to the devotee, particularly the highest devotee, is greater than the enjoyment of Krishna enjoying the bhog. Right? So anyway, here in this sloka, which is told to be the supreme sloka of Rasa Kavya, it's very mysterious. Because hearing that, we think it's going to say something very intimate or erotic or confident in that way. And that's not what is expressed there at all. What is expressed there is an aspiration and separation, how one can go on with their life in separation from Krishna. That's what's there. And now we're back to Gurudev's point. Kaviraj Goswami is saying, this is the supreme sloka of Rasa Kavya. And what is it about? Separation. How can I go on living in the absence of Krishna? That's what is there. But he says, only Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, who had manifested through in this world at the time of his disappearance, and Mahaprabhu can taste this, and there isn't a fourth man to be found who can taste this. So, two things we have to understand. Kaviraj Goswami, remember, Mahaprabhu's line is the Rupanuga line. So then we can take it. Those in the Rupanuga line, by extension, by dint of their extension of Mahaprabhu, they have some appreciation for this. They're within the three, if you want to say. Right? But at any rate, there it's mentioned, the comparison is given, that just as you take sandalwood and you grind sandalwood into the stone, and the more grinding you do, the more pulp and fragrance is produced. So it's saying the qualified devotees, when they deeply consider the meaning of this sloka, they appreciate more and more spiritual substance. That's what's being, like he said, just like that rubbing produces more, continued consideration of this does. So Madhavendra Puri's position is unique. Remember, he's the guru. of Ishwara Puri, Mahaprabhu's guru, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda, and Paramananda Puri. Right. And as I told earlier in this class, Madhavendra Puri Sambandha Darajani, when the Sonodia Brahman and Mahaprabhu meet, this identification is given there, that this type of love, this type of Krishna Prem, is only for those in connection with Madhavendra Puri, which by extension means Mahaprabhu and Radharani. So really, that is this line. Guru Maharaj wrote an article called The Pontifical Position of Madhavendra Puri. Pontiff means bridge. So in the Madhva line, which goes up to a particular level of Vishnu Bhakti, Madhavendra Puri is the bridge from the Madhva line over to the Gaudiya Sampradaya. That's why, and it's necessary to take it from there over to here, because otherwise it exceeds what is given or aspired to in the Madhva line. So we'll take it that, yeah, it's mentioned 3 can taste the meaning of this sloka, but it's Kaviraj Goswami who's saying that, who's a bona fide member in the Rupa Nuga line, which is the Sampradaya of Mahaprabhu. So by extension we can understand those substantial devotees in this line, they have some appreciation and relish and taste for what is given there. Hare Krishna.